Hi, everybody. Who's all here? Come on, somebody say hi. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. I was having some technical difficulties. That's what I like to say. Really, I was putting the final touches on my chat. Let me fix everything up. Okay. Oh, this is exciting. Okay, let me get my screen ready. Let's wait a few more minutes, see who else is able to join us. I'm super, super nervous about this chat. I'm super excited as well. I've never really done a chat about recruiting or I guess it's mostly about recruiting. Oh my gosh, my hair. Let's figure this out. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it in a ponytail. It is Sunday. All right, there we go. Who's all chatting? Let's say hi. Hi, Tony. Yay, hi, Black Heaven. Steffi, hi. Wow, from Indiana. Yay, everyone's here. Well, all 7 of you. I'm grateful. I'm happy if I get 1. You know what? I would record this whether there was nobody. It doesn't matter. You guys can all watch it later. Hi, Eddie. Hi, Desiree. Oh, this is so exciting. I'm so, so happy. Honestly, this is my favorite. Hi, Melissa from Miami. Oh, you make me so jealous. You're from Miami. Oh, thank you, sweetie. This is like I'm just so excited and so nervous, more so than all my other chats, because I've never really talked about this kind of topic. Ooh, Natalia, you're from Miami too. Yay. I love Miami. Love Miami. I mean, I love Florida. I love traveling in general, but there's something about Miami and the people, the food, the people. Oh my gosh, you guys know how to party. I feel like I should be in Miami right now. Anyways, so this topic is something that, you know what, I've been working on for a few months. And hi, Erin and Becky from Washington State. Thank you. I've been working on building up enough confidence to teach you or to lead you or to mentor you or whatever you want to call it, because you know when you can understand something in your own mind, but you don't have maybe enough confidence or knowledge to kind of teach somebody or mentor somebody about it. Oh, thanks, sweetie. I'll come over soon, I promise. So that's kind of like my position, is I really, really wanted to share this topic with you. And I didn't quite know how to title it. So passion for profit was one that kept popping up in my head. And so I guess it's more about recruiting. That's why I wanted to, I tried to like advertise the hell out of it, but life gets in the way. Life is busy, right? And for all of you who are on social media and selling your Scentsy business, get it, right? Sometimes it's hard to constantly be on social media and posting pictures or photos or whatever, Snapchat or whatever. It's hard. So anyways, and I'm working on top of all that. So anyways, so share this, text your team, text your friends, text your sponsor, your director, whatever. Share it with as many people as you can now. Not for me, but for you guys, because it's something that I'm really, really passionate about and so, so excited about. And again, this is saved. This video will be on YouTube forever, I hope. So you can always watch it later and over again. So take some notes, because this has been a game changer for me over the course of 4 years, more so over the course of 2 years, when I really kind of put my ass into gear and really got going. Like, you know what I mean? Like there was like, I don't know if you guys can say, was there ever like a point in your business or in your Scentsy career where it changed from a hobby into like a legit business? Like you're like, okay, you know what? Things are kind of growing and progressing. Maybe I should kind of take this a little bit more seriously, right? So I'm still always having a lot of fun. And that was one of my biggest things, is that I continually want to have fun with this. And I don't want to ever put too much pressure on myself or too much stress, because I feel if there's too much stress or too much pressure, then it's not fun anymore, right? Anyways, I mean, stress and pressure to an extent is okay, right? Because that's our drive. But if if you don't like doing what you're doing, that's where the passion comes in. Then you might need to rethink things. So I think, okay, so I've been chatting for about 5 minutes now. I'm gonna switch over to my notes here. They're all on the screen. So hold on a minute. I'm just gonna take a sip of my smoothie. And it's such a windy day out here today. It's kind of cloudy and it's supposed to start raining. All right, so I labeled this turn your passion into profit. So you kind of know what that means? No, obviously that's why you're here, to hear me out. So turning your passion into profit, you must make your passion, which is, let's specifically talk about your Scentsy business, but this can be pretty much related to all aspects of life. Again, whether you're in Scentsy, whether you're in another business, marketing business, or you can even relate it to, like I said, your lifestyle, your home, maybe your full-time job, anything. This can be related to all of that. So you must make it a priority. It's so important that you make your passion a priority and that you literally carry it everywhere with you. It's kind of like a little baby. You just take it along with you everywhere, right? And for those of you who are passionate about Scentsy, think about it deep down inside, it's always with you. It's always kind of at the back of your mind. Sometimes you try to turn off that Scentsy business brain, but it is kind of at the back of your mind. And for me, I know, like, when I'm trying to rest or relax with the kids or watch a movie or even enjoy dinner, there's always that, and maybe it's just the mama brain in me or the lady brain in me, but it's always kind of like, okay, when you're done dinner, you gotta, you're gonna close a party on the 2nd, or you're closing a party on the 15th. Don't forget to message Nadine. Don't forget to talk to Paul. You know what I mean? There's always, your wheels are always circling. So that's what I mean. It's like your little baby. You're always taking it with you. If you can't see it, smell it, taste it, no pun intended in regards to Scentsy wax, if it doesn't move you deeply in your soul, then I promise you it's not enough passion to keep you committed. Thanks, Melissa. Yeah, I live and breathe Scentsy too. Again, no pun intended, because my Scentsy warmers are on all the time. But you literally need to, it almost needs to be kind of flowing through you. You need to have that much passion. And no disrespect to anything else. You can have so many passions living and breathing through you to be truly committed to your business. But this is one of them. Your passion also needs to be bulletproof through hard times. So this, I hope, with the next, and hear me out, it's kind of a long talk, so I hope you can stick with me throughout all this. If not, come back and watch it a little bit later on. But your passion will become bulletproof with your commitment, with your passion is your passion. You will make it bulletproof with just your consistency, your promise to it. You're going to give it your heart and soul. You're going to work your ass off for it. You're going to commit to your passion. Okay, so take advantage, again, kind of ties into everything that I'm talking about. This is just a little introduction right here. I haven't really, it's just a bunch of point form notes that I put right here. But once I get rolling, it'll really kind of make sense to you. But take your passion or your business everywhere with you, like I mentioned above. Take advantage of every opportunity you have to present and share your passion, share your business and its products. So you're gonna find yourself hopefully talking to lots of people, talking to people all over the place. I don't always wear a Scentsy shirt. I do tend to wear lots of maybe Scentsy shirts for these kind of videos, but sometimes I forget to wear them out in the public. But to be honest with you, they are amazing conversation starters, or even carrying a Scentsy bag. So another tip is maybe make that investment in getting a Scentsy purse or a Scentsy backpack or a Scentsy t-shirt. There's tons from our Vistaprint portal. They are like mini life-changing t-shirts, because somebody will see it or somebody will smell it on you and be like, hey, you sell Scentsy. Oh, my Scentsy rep just retired, or my Scentsy rep moved away and I like to have somebody local. Do you happen to have a business card on you? So, stuff like that. You want to show your passion, show your commitment to your business everywhere. You're going to be like a walking billboard, okay? And when you're talking about these people, this is going to tie into my next point, and we're going to get into the recruiting part, is this business isn't easy. All right? It's not easy, just like other businesses aren't easy, but it is simple. So we share about our business and our products, and the people that we talk to tend to fall into 3 types of categories. I like to call these categories buckets. So there's 3 buckets of people. So the first bucket of people contains people who want to be customers. So they order from you, they fall in love with the products, they love your products, they constantly are reordering from you, they're probably texting you all the time, asking you about bars or asking about samples or asking you about bars that were for sale like 3 years ago, asking if you could look for some for you. Anyways, those customers, we love those types of people as well. So they genuinely become walking, talking billboards for you. And they also refer customers to you, right? So that's the first kind of bucket. The second type of bucket of people, then there are others who see what we see from a business perspective, and they want to join our team. So it may include people who get it right away, right from the start, and they want to jump in. Or it might be happy customers that purchase from you for a while, and then when it finally dawns on them, that they could actually make an earning or make a commission from what they're already buying, they will eventually jump in on the business, right? And that is, like, to be honest with you, that's my favorite type of bucket people. So instead of referring people to you, you could almost be like, did you know that if you join my team, you could be creating another stream of income for yourself and your family by, like, so those people that they refer to you, they can keep them for themselves and have them as customers. Does that make sense? So that's the second type of bucket people. The third type of bucket people and then there's the others who aren't interested in your product or in your business whatsoever. You tell them about your product, you tell them about your business or your services, but they genuinely have no interest whatsoever. We've come across those people many times, and that's okay. And I will talk about those people a little bit later on, so stick with me. But you know what? Those people sometimes make for great referral sources. So you don't want to completely disregard them at all whatsoever. So just to recap, there's 3 types of bucket people. Sorry to keep calling them bucket people. I mean well. The first type of bucket people are hardcore devoted customers. They don't really want to join the business. They just genuinely love the product and they want to keep buying the product, and they make, again, great referral sources. Second type of bucket people are amazing customers who finally had the flashlight or the light bulb went off in their head that, hey, I keep buying this product. Why don't I join Scentsy and sell the product myself? I can still buy Scentsy products and earn a commission off of it. Instead of referring my customers to you, I can keep them for myself, again, earning a commission and potentially building my own team. Third type of bucket people are people who genuinely have no interest whatsoever in Scentsy products or the business, but could potentially be a good referral source for you because they might know people that would like to enjoy Scentsy. All right, so that's a recap of the 3 type of bucket people that I've encountered throughout my years. So you're gonna, if you don't treat your don't treat your business like a hobby, it will pay you like a hobby. But if you treat your business like a real business, it will pay you like a real business. So that's what I said. That's what I meant at the beginning of our talk. Can you remember a time when your business like stopped being a hobby and started to become an actual business. I mean, not an actual business, but like I got into Scentsy because it was a hobby, because I was the second bucket. I was a person of the second bucket. I started off in the first bucket to my sponsor. I genuinely loved the product. I wasn't a customer for very long because, hi Melissa from California. I wasn't a customer for very long. I think I hosted like 2 parties over the course of a few months. And then I was like, hey, I want to sell this stuff and earn a commission. So I became the second bucket pretty much right away. And that's what it started off for me, kind of like a hobby, because I was feeding my own Scentsy habit, right? And then eventually, I think it took about 2 years when I realized, I was like, hey, this is really rolling along nicely. I think I'm gonna start treating it like a real business and maybe start taking things a little bit more seriously. And yeah, so ever since then, it's been probably 2 years, 2.5 years, let's say, give or take, when I started treating it more like a real business as opposed to a hobby. And again, with that, you get paid like a real business, not just like a hobby, right? Because hobbies don't really pay, right? If you collect Pokemon or if you collect, I don't know. Anyways, okay. So here are 14, I know it's long, 14 rules that I live by. And I read it a while ago in a book. I probably read it, oh geez, it was a while ago. It was a book about network marketing. I don't remember, but I will find it for you. And it was pretty awesome. I absolutely loved it. And I keep a journal of notes and I just keep adding to it. So that's why sometimes my talks are kind of all over the place. I'm not a professional journalist. I'm not a Toastmaster. I'm not a professional life coach or anything like that. I'm just a Scentsy girl who absolutely loves what she does and wants to genuinely share her love of Scentsy and her love of life and this journey with all of you. So yeah, so here we go. Why don't I talk to you about, so it's called Reach Out Rules That I Live By. So number 1, don't be attached to the outcome of any one conversation. So this is pretty straightforward. And we've all been in these kind of situations where obviously our job is to talk to people, right? Most like other jobs, unless you're sitting behind a computer for 12 hours a day, which is kind of nice sometimes too, right? But our job is to talk to people all the time. We sell ourselves and to constantly introduce our business and our products for those that we meet. So if you're wearing a Scentsy shirt, chances are that somebody might say something to you like, hey, you sell Scentsy. Well, yes, I do. And then you kind of get into the topic of Scentsy. So our job also entails a lot of no's, right? And that's okay. So it really is a numbers game. If you allow all the no's to disappoint you, it will slow you down. If you allow all the maybes to give you false hope, it will also slow you down. You can't let any one conversation or one person slow you down or distract you from your goals. So that being said, just like the title entails, don't be attached to the outcome of any one conversation. And this will tie into some other points that I have set aside. So if I forget to come back to this one point, I'm really sorry, but maybe you can remember it for me. But don't be disappointed by the no's or by the maybes, and be excited for the yeses and handing out the business cards. Celebrate those little victories as well, but don't celebrate them too much. Don't overly celebrate the wins, right? Be modest and be humble. So yeah, all right. Going on to rule number 2, don't be on the hunt. This was, and this is still really, really important to me, is because as a Scentsy consultant or as a rep, my biggest fear was I'm going to come across as being too pushy or too desperate, right? And a lot of people that I do meet, other Scentsy reps, especially at the conferences, a lot of people don't want to, well, I don't like being pushy. I don't want to come across as being pushy. Totally get it. But you don't have to have that mindset of who am I going to get today? Because I'm quite certain that if you have that kind of mindset, you're more focused on your own agenda than listening to what people have to say. So don't be focused on that mindset of being pushy or being too aggressive or being desperate. If you are genuinely authentic, and I'll get to that authentic part a little bit later on as well, then you won't come across as that. So adopt the intention of, I want to share something special with you. You aren't just a salesperson, you are a share person. Just like I like to say, you are sharing the business. You are sharing your love of Scentsy with people around you. So I always love to share the journey of Scentsy with other people around me. I'm always I'm always saying, like, it's an amazing journey, because it genuinely is. And that's my opinion of it. Another consultant might not think that, but that's his or her problem. So too bad, right? But if I want to share this journey, then that's what I'm going to do. So, where was I? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, you aren't just a salesperson, you're a share person. So sharing the business and your love of Scentsy is what you really do. As share people, we don't focus on what we can get from others. Instead, we're curious about others' lives, hopes, and desires, and genuinely interested in giving good information, solutions, and if it's a good fit, giving mentoring. So if someone doesn't want it, then there is no disappointment, just like in Rule 1. If they don't want it, then move on, right? No harm done, let's say. In our business, it's not to get what we want, it's to help customers get what they want. You want to find them the right wax. You want to help them find the right warmer to fit their home and their home decor. And you also want to help your teammates grow and be successful in their own businesses. Because really, at the end of the day, your success, like my success, will only come from the success of others, especially in my team. And to be honest, that's depending on what your intentions are too. I love helping others, maybe a little bit too much. I don't know if it's the whole nurse inside me or the mama bear inside me, but I genuinely love helping others. So seeing somebody succeed or win or get something, it's like a win for me. Seeing somebody smile or get promoted or whatever is a win for me. Does that make sense? And just try to focus on that. Try to have good intentions. Okay, so rule number 3, less is more. That's an important one. I find this one important also when it comes to home parties, but I'll get to that in a second. So less is more. It's like dating. When you first meet someone, you don't want to give it all away on the first date, right? Our moms have all told us that if you give, what is that saying? If you give them the cow, no one's going to want to go and buy the milk or something. Somebody tell me that saying. Anyways, you know what I mean. So you don't want to be, and I'm sorry for using this word, you don't want to be a slut. You don't want to be a prospecting slut. So don't think that if you tell your prospects everything about the business and the product right away on the first meeting or even the second meeting, that they're going to be so wowed. They're going to think, wow, this is the most amazing thing since Spanx. You're actually going to run the risk of overwhelming them and possibly boring them. You want to kind of almost like whet their appetite. Share bits of the business at a time. Tell them enough relevant information about the business for them to take a simple look at it. Maybe, tell them something and then let them maybe do a little bit of research on their own, and then maybe they will be, they'll get intrigued, and hopefully, we hope, they come back to you intrigued with more questions, and then you can give them a little bit more. Also, it's an amazing conversation starter as well. So Oh yeah, in regards to parties, Scentsy parties, less is more. Now, okay, this is kind of, so right, I'm talking more about recruiting, but in regards to Scentsy home parties, don't bring everything with you. Bring maybe one item from each collection just to display with you. Less is more. People will be overwhelmed by all the things that you bring. It's just too much, right? So I'm a firm believer of less is more. You know, I like things to be kind of simple. Anyways, okay. Rule number 4: be authentic. So don't try and sound like me or anyone else that you know, or anyone else in your team, or your sponsor, or your superstar director. Hi, Kuana. Try to be you. Your power comes from being authentically you. So people respond to people who are real. Just like yourself, other people can pick out fake people. I can pick out fake people for the most part, and I'm sure you can as well. So just imagine your customers or your prospects can also pick out fake you or fake people. So don't be that fake person, please. So be you, be prepared, and be confident. I know you're probably nervous and screaming inside. Can you tell that I'm super ass nervous right now? And I'm literally sitting at the edge of my seat, and I was too nervous to go to the bathroom before this. So my legs are crossed because I have to pee. But you can't tell that, right? So be you. It doesn't matter what's going on inside of you. Just be you, be confident, be prepared. I'm trying to be prepared. Do I seem prepared? Okay. Yeah. So that's where your power lies. Your power lies in your authenticity. And sometimes you can't be 110% authentic, but try to be 98% authentic. Try. Okay. Rule number 5. Hold on. I got to scroll up a bit. And I'm going to take a sip. Okay. Rule number 5. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So did you hear me? You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. If someone is looking for what you have to offer and it's the right time for them, they'll bite. Unbridled enthusiasm can go a long way, which is one of the reasons why you want to talk to people live instead of through like emails or texts or DMs. Don't let the fear of not saying everything perfectly keep you from reaching out. A lot of people, especially this day and age, especially now with our given our circumstances, people tend to hide behind the message boards. So behind text messages, behind Facebook, behind the DMs, behind the emails. But reaching out to somebody is nice. It's authentic, right? So don't let that fear of reaching out to somebody like deter you from reaching out to them. So I found a really nice quote from Tony Robbins online, which I have, which ties into my whole like perfectionism topics that I've talked about before. But Tony Robbins says, perfection is the absolute lowest standard you can have for yourself because it's impossible to attain. So don't be perfect. Just be you. Be your crazy hot mess. Be whatever it is. Don't be a crazy hot mess, but you know what I mean. Be you. It's your power. It's your authenticity. It is you. And in regards to rule number 5, again, I just want to say that people will, like, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person because people, when you offer them the business and even the product, they may say no to you now or next week, but they may not say no to you next year. If it is a good time for them, especially if you say the right things to them, then they might, So for example, I'm going to share 4 years ago, when I first joined, I had no interest whatsoever in recruiting. I was not ready. I was not confident. I was not prepared. I was not me. I did not know anything about the business. I'm still learning about the business, which is what I love about the business and I love about life, is because you're always learning. But I had no intentions of recruiting mentoring and sponsoring actually kind of terrified me. It still does a little bit, but I'm still learning. So, but that's okay. When my first doll joined my team, Cassandra, I love you. It really opened my eyes, because that consultant, or Cassandra, saw something in me that maybe I didn't see in myself. And it gave me the boost of confidence that I needed to really, look, really kind of turn things around. And it honestly did not scare her. Whatever I said to her, even though in my head I was like, oh my gosh, Annie, shut up, you're not saying it correctly, it didn't seem to bother her. Like, she just kind of rolled with the punches, and we worked it out together. And I mean, I think a lot of learning happened on her own at that point. And Cassandra, by all means, chime in anytime. But it was amazing. It was just the right time for her, whether it was for financial reasons or emotional reasons or what have you. It was just the right time for her to join. And it didn't matter the wrong things I said, because she was the right person to join my team. And even now, to this day, 4 years later or 2 years later, after Cassandra has joined, when new recruits when new recruits do join, there's, I do feel more confident now with what I do say to them, and I am more prepared. And you just have to find your glitch, not your glitch. You just have to find your, I don't know, what's that word? Niche? I don't know. You just have to find your groove, I guess. How Stella got her groove back. How Annie found her groove, I guess. And yeah, so if people are determined to join, then you really can't say anything wrong to them, because it's already in their heads to join. So anyways, I'm going to move on. Rule number 6. Oh, thanks, Koana. Who else has joined? Is it Desi? Daisy? I like that name. That's pretty. Hello. So rule number 6, if you find yourself convincing, stop it. So you don't want to convince anyone of anything. Okay, that sounds a little weird. I know. Hold on. Stick with me. Hi, Gina. You don't want to drag your prospects to purchase or to enroll. It won't end well. I promise you. Dragging people to make a decision in our favor ends up slowing us down and gives that poor person rug burn. Ouch. It makes them want to run for the hills. If they actually do end up purchasing from you or enrolling, they won't want to be there. It's because it wasn't really their decision. It was they probably made that decision for you because they didn't want to let you down, or they felt bad. Oh, I can't not purchase something now because she's been kind of bugging me to purchase something. So if you ever find yourself in that convincing mode, then you're likely not asking them the right questions. Hey, Kayla. Or you yourself, you're just not ready. So stop. If you find yourself like that, just stop. Take a step back. Yeah, don't be like that. Okay. Rule number 7, listen. And I mean really, really listen. You can only really learn about who a person is when you really listen to them. The more you know about your prospect, the more you can guide them the more you can guide them what you want to say to them, or show them what you want to offer them to suit what they are looking for. Does that make sense? So if you, hold on a minute. What's going on here? Okay, so really listen to them. So if somebody comes to you looking for a Scentsy warmer, don't just stop at that sentence. Hey, hi Annie, I'm looking for a Scentsy warmer. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. We just got a brand new catalog. Oh, there's like 100 new warmers with 1 million new scents. Oh my gosh, look at this adorable new Winnie the Pooh warmer. It would be so cute in a kid's room. Well, you don't even know if they have any kids, all right? Or if you even know that person, you don't know where they want to put it. So stop yourself. Listen to what they want to say. Oh, that's great. What kind of warmer are you looking for? Where do you want to put your warmer? Is it for a kitchen? Is it for a living room? Would you like a mini warmer? Would you like a big warmer? You know what I mean? Listen to them first before you start talking. I know if you're like me, you get super, super excited. All like the bells and whistles in your head and you're like, woohoo, goes off. And then you're like, oh my gosh, maybe they want to host a party. No, slow down and listen to them and hear what they want to say and then proceed with the conversation. Because if you don't hear what they want to say, you can't offer them products or services that will fit what they're looking for. So, okay, I got it. My legs. Okay, see, I'm kind of relaxing. I can't relax too much because I got to go to the bathroom. But, excuse me. Like, so you can't offer them a Scentsy party or an online party just yet without listening to them with what they want to say. Maybe they need a Scentsy warmer because their sister is having a baby shower or they want to take a gift. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to go through examples right now with you, but really listen to them. And then, and honestly, the better you become as a listener, then the better you become at offering services and products to them. So listen to what they have to say first, and then in your mind, scroll through all the services and products and, hi Mandy, and then see what would be a better fit for them. Because yes, you could probably offer them an online party, or yes, you could probably offer them a bundle and save warmer, or even maybe one of those bundle and save warmers where they can give one warmer to their sister to take to the baby shower and keep one warmer for themselves. You know what I mean? Or maybe you can offer them the joy of the business. All right. So listen to them. That's, for me, number 7, I feel like should almost be like a number 1 or a number 2, because it's, for me, it's such an important point. But I'm all about listening. Rule number 8, work from appointment to appointment. Now, this might not always, and I might not have labeled it appropriately, and it might not always fit into our Scentsy business, but being professional is for you to never be pushy. So your time, remember that you're a professional and your time is also valuable. As much as your customer's time is valuable, so is yours. So don't disregard that, and don't let anyone disrespect that as well. So make sure you make it clear to your customers or to your prospects that you want to touch base with them or follow up with them after a certain amount of time has gone by. When I'm meeting somebody who could potentially be a prospect, I'll say to them, why don't you think about it over the weekend and we'll touch base on Monday or Tuesday. So I'll give them, say, a 24 to 48 hour like time frame to touch base with them. Or if you just delivered some Scentsy goodies to maybe a new customer or a reoccurring customer, make sure you say, oh, I hope you enjoy your Scentsy goodies. I'll follow up with you next week, or I'll follow up with you in a couple weeks. Do you know what I mean? Just, it's always nice to have your customers know that you'll check up on them. Does that make sense? Yeah, that one's a pretty short one. Appointment to appointment. I don't know if that's really a good title for that one, but anyways, I'll leave it. Okay. Rule number 9, don't count your chickens. Yes, I call this chickens. It's exciting to want to put a tally mark on your wins. Okay, it's exciting to put a tally mark in your wins column, but don't do that. Especially before a team member enrolls or before a customer purchases something. Because you could be walking away from a potential prospect and you're like, yes, she's totally going to join my team. And then she doesn't join your team. And you're like, oh, man. But so wait. They're not officially on board until they've made that purchase or you've received that email that they're on board. So don't prematurely count your chickens, I should say. I love chickens. I'm sorry. I don't like to eat them, but I love them. Maybe that's why I don't eat them. Okay, we're on to rule number 10, guys. Are you hanging in there? I'm so sorry. It's a long one, and I really, really need to go to the bathroom. But I'm not talking too fast, eh? All right, let me take a sip. A. I said A. See, I'm Canadian. I said it. Who's waiting for me to say A? All right. Oopsie, I just dropped it. Okay. I said we're on rule number 10, right? Okay. Rule number 10, lead with the business, default to the products. I love this point, and it honestly works amazing. But you have to know when to throw it into conversation. That's what I mean. So it's much more effective to lead with the business conversation, pivot to referrals, and then your products or services. So it may be more comfortable. So as a Scentsy consultant, it's so comfortable to always talk about our products, right? Because we know the products probably inside and out because we were customers first, right? You know your warmers inside and out. You know the wattages, you know the light bulbs, you know the plugs and the bells and the whistles and the shades and all the colors and everything. But maybe when it comes to the business, you're not too familiar with it. You might not be overly confident with the commissions, with the pays, even with Workstation. You might not be overly confident with how to navigate Workstation. And honestly, I'll be the first one to admit, Workstation gets a little bit tricky to navigate. What is going on with the marketing tab? Let me just say, okay. Anyways, so that's completely understandable, right? So where did I write your products? Okay, but when you lead with your products, you tend to run the risk of backing yourself into a corner. If someone is not interested in your products, they're like, nah, I don't want another gadget on my kitchen counter. No, I'm not interested. You can't really default into the business. Does that make sense? So I have an example here. If someone is not interested in trying your products, how the hell can you say to them, you're not interested in what our company sells, but you should take a look at starting the business that evolves around the very thing that you're not interested in. Does that make sense? So like if somebody's not interested in the products, you can't not convince them, I shouldn't use that word. You can't tell them about the business to hop on board. So it's good to, so maybe if I turn it around, you'll understand better. So it's good to talk about the business first. So, here's the Scentsy business. It's pretty amazing. You can purchase Scentsy products for yourself and earn a commission at the same time as sharing the joy of Scentsy. No, thank you. I'm not really interested in selling Scentsy. Well, how about buying the products for yourself and sharing it in your home? And you know what? Potentially getting some referrals. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll buy a warmer. But if somebody's not interested in the warmer, you can't convince them. I'm just going to use the word convince. You can't convince them to start selling the warmer that they're not interested in. Does that make sense? I'm sorry, that's a little like backwards, but I hope it makes sense in my head. So yeah, what else did I write? Yeah, so always lead with the business. Default to the products after. So share the love of the business and then talk about the products. I love Scentsy. Scentsy has an amazing opportunities for growth within the business. You can earn free incentives. Right now, we're working our way towards earning a free Disney trip. Oh, well, how do you get a free Disney trip? Well, let me tell you about Disney, right? If somebody's not interested in earning a trip to Disney, maybe they'd be interested in purchasing a Mickey and Minnie Disney buddy. Do you know what I mean? So and helping you get a free trip to Disney. That's what I mean. All right, I'm going to stop. I feel like I'm rambling on, which is the next point. So rule number 11 is don't ramble on. Don't make a rookie mistake like I have in the past, and sometimes I still do, of rambling on via voicemail, text messaging, and even email, or even in person when you're actually talking to somebody. Sometimes you just talk and talk and talk, and you're like, oh no, I'm saying too much. Don't be a prospect slut, like I said. Be brief, be breezy, and make sure you let them know that you'll touch base with them again if you don't hear back from them. So I'm talking specifically about like leaving them a voicemail or a text message or an email. If I don't hear back from you, I'll touch base with you tomorrow or the next day. Like the appointment to appointment point, the rule number 8. So you want to tell them you'd like to pick their brain about something. Here's when you're available. you hope to hear from them soon. If you don't hear back from them, you'll call them back. Kind of keep it simple. So don't ramble. Rule number 12, lead with what's in it for them. This was a really interesting point that I read about. And so it's called WIFT, WIIFT. Lead with what's in it for them, WIFT. Many business builders begin conversations with prospects. They begin conversations with prospects launching right into with what your business is doing. Like, our business is doing this for charity, and our business is doing this kind of fundraiser. Here are some facts. Here are some figures. Look at this pie chart. Look at how much money we're making, or look at how much money I made, or look at this, look at that. Well, this is all great, but how is that helping me as a potential prospect? As a potential prospect at the very beginning, you're like, nah, I don't really care what kind of fundraisers they're doing, or what kind of what, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, nah, how is this gonna help me? Like, not convince them. I keep saying that word. People, it's not always the best way to immediately connect with people emotionally that way, by telling them all the fancy facts and figures about your business or your Scentsy business, let's say. It's important to connect with them in regards to what's in it for them. So people become more attentive and engaged in the conversation when you start connecting the dots between what, like for me, example, when I talk to them, what I have to offer them. Where did I leave off? So I started leading my conversation with what's in it for them, with the WIFT is what I call it, and how people just like them have built businesses as well. So this approach to people, this approach people I was talking to, wait, how did I write that? This approach people I was talking to were more present. Oh, so when I approached people with this plan, it's called WIFT, WIIFT, it had people more excited, more engaged, more attentive. You know what I mean? They wanted to know more about the business because they were hearing what was in it for them, right? So, sorry, I keep looking back at my points because I keep forgetting what to say next. So I said the conversation was also more efficient, natural, and more interactive. It was a true conversation, and it wasn't like a monologue. Like, in regards to a monologue, it's like, here's a pie chart. Look at this number and this number and this number. No, it was just a true conversation about how the business, what was in the business for me. I'm sharing my own personal experience of how the business kind of changed my life, and I'm sharing it with them. Remember, we're share people. We're not salespeople. Well, we're a little bit of both, but you know what I mean. So share with them how this will change their life. What's in it for them? Talk about the Disney trip or any other incentive. Like, I mean, people could be watching this 2 years from now, I hope, and share that incentive trip with them. Share the commission. What page is that on? This commission, I call it the commission scale, the compensation plan with them. Share that information with them. Share the Shooting Star Award. Is it the Shooting Star Award? The Scentsy Starter Kit. Share those, the sensational start. You know what I mean? Share that stuff with them. Tell them, oh my gosh, you can get all this stuff for this much money. How amazing is that? Get them excited. They'll be like, wow. Like, and you know what, especially if it's something like, I had a customer who joined who's never tried the bathroom cleaner, or is it the bathroom or the counter cleaner that was in the starter kit. So she was super excited to get the starter kit because she's never tried it before. So I was like, she was just so excited. I'm like, of all the things you're excited about the bathroom cleaner, whatever, I'm gonna roll with it. So stuff like that, you know what I mean? All right, rule number 13. If it's a no to the business, ask for referrals. So kind of going back to rule number 1, if your customer or if somebody says no to you, that's okay. Moving forward, if someone is genuinely not interested in your business, make sure to immediately pivot the conversation and ask for a referral. So this is something that I kind of go off. Say, I totally get that this product is not for you. Hi, Dorothy. I get that this product is not for you. It's not for everyone. Neither is the business. However, I would love to pick your brain and about network. I have a feeling that you may know some people that would enjoy this product or this business. Do you mind sharing that with me? You know what I mean? Something along those lines. Or you can even say, if you know anybody that would be interested in my product or my business, do you mind sending them my name? You know, something like that. So if that way, like, if they're not interested, that's okay. But at the same time, you're almost asking for permission to get some referrals for them, or you're kind of leaving the conversation open in a way. And I think it's just a nice way. You're being respectful to their decision in saying no to you. But at the same time, you're like, well, you know, I still would like to keep in touch because, gosh, you probably have a network of friends and family that there's got to be one or two people that like Scentsy. So, you know, let me know. And then rule number 14, last but not least, don't end the conversation without talking about becoming a customer. So people might not want to be a business partner, but they might want to be a customer. So whatever you do, don't let go of that person without talking to them about the products. And this kind of all ties into, which rule was it? Rule number 10, where I say lead with the business and default to the products. So this is, and then you kind of almost have to practice your own way of transitioning or talking about the business and then transitioning into the product section of it. And then almost even transitioning into the referral talk. So you want to, thanks, Carolyn, love you too. You don't want to be pushy at the same time, right? If they're not interested in the business, that's okay. Would you be interested in the products? You want to maybe turn their mindset or change their mind into becoming a customer, because then you, like I said, you never know, that person might down the road eventually want to join the business. And so don't just don't just give up too easily, if that makes sense. But at the same time, don't be pushy or don't be too convincing or desperate. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of rules, right? I'm so sorry. It's 14 rules, but they all kind of tie into each other. There's 14 rules. There's 3 types of bucket people. You guys can watch this again. Thank you so much for joining. If anyone has anything to say right now, or if anybody wants to ask any questions, that would be amazing. I'll stay on for a few more minutes. So Andrea asked, do you get PRV for your Scentsy website? So when people place an order through your Scentsy website, yes, you do get PRV. Your PRV is automatic, and hopefully they can add it to a Scentsy party order. And that way your host or whoever your host is can also reap the benefits of that as well. So yeah, hi Tammy. How's everyone? Oh, okay, great. Oh, there's more? No, that's it. It says a little arrow. So anyways, thank you so much, everybody, for listening to this. I really, really appreciate all your love and support. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest, greatest Scentsy news, products, reviews, everything. Don't forget to find me also on Instagram. I'll leave you a link down below for my Instagram page. Join me again in 2 weeks. I love to come on every 2 weeks and share some of my amazing knowledge with you. Sorry, let me find out the date for you so I will also share the date. Okay, so it's probably going to be the 16th. So I'll be back on August 16th. Tammy is asking, how is it in Ontario? In what sense? The weather or everything else? Everything else is fine. I'm very blessed to live in an amazing country, and with no disrespect to anybody, but I'm so blessed. So Ontario is very, very, very well. So again, God bless everyone. I hope everyone stays safe, be kind, be amazing, take care of one another with proper social distancing, wear your masks despite your opinions. Speaking from a healthcare practitioner, I just, yeah. And I don't want to get into any arguments or any political rants or anything like that. But yeah, so just know that I come from a kind heart. And yeah, so I don't know. If you want to discuss more personal matters, by all means, you can DM me on Instagram or Facebook. And my cell phone and my email are listed on my personal website at www. I always miss the third W, .amazing02.scentsy.ca. If you're not a consultant yet, but you're interested in joining, it's an amazing time to do it right now. With the new fall winter catalog season ahead, it's a great selling season. So by all means, ask away, call me, text me if you have any questions. But in the meantime, please, please, please stay safe, be kind, be amazing, and lots of virtual hugs for everybody. I love you guys. Mwah. I love you all. Be safe. Thank you, Tammy. I love all of you. Thank you so much for everything. And I hope to see you again all in 2 weeks. No, just 2 weeks, not 4 weeks. 2 weeks, August 16th, I'll be back on with another Something Amazing with Annie. I wonder what my topic will be this time. But if you have any suggestions, let me know. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.